together, please, everybody.
Okay, atención.
Because most of the classes will be given in Spanish.
Como la mayoría de las clases van a estar dadas en español.
Even though I'm going to give this class in English.
Y tal vez él también va a dar esta clase en inglés.
We're going to have Diego translating to Spanish for the assistants.
Vamos a tratar de que Diego traduzca en español. Tratar.
I'll translate Daniel.
Jeff will translate me. So that we get used to having the two languages at the same time.
Vamos a estar trabajando en los dos lenguajes en el mismo tiempo.
So I hope everybody had a good evening last evening. And we now understand that we have a little bit of work in front of us to get used to dancing the Argentine tango socially. So I'm going to give this class today, and I'm going to spend some time giving a class. But for the most part, what I'd like to do is turn us over to our very capable assistants and let them help us with our dancing.
De estas dos horas va a dar un poquito de clase y demás. ¿Y te vas? Al final
voy a darlos a los asistentes.
Y que vamos a trabajar nosotros asistentes con la gente que va.
Eso es una vieja historia traduciendo mi español a español. This is an old story of them translating my Spanish into Spanish. Okay. Most of you will become aware of the fact that that the majority of the teachers in Argentine tango in Argentina have male voices. Los asistentes y sigue sin español. No. Porque estamos acostumbrados a escuchar dos voces. We're getting used to listening to two voices, and we don't usually have a translator prepared for going from English to Spanish, so we're trying this out.
Dice que generalmente hacen la traducción simultánea para los asistentes y para...
Que generalmente traducen de inglés a español, de español a inglés y no de inglés a español, que es como la...
We're working it out, everybody. This is just early. You have to understand that this is early morning, you know.
Estamos trabajando en todos los pormenores.
So typically, the teacher among the older teachers in Argentina, we hear the men speak, not so much the women.
Típicamente acá en Argentina escuchamos entre los profesores al hombre hablar y no a la mujer.
And one of the things that the men always say is that dancing the tango is like walking in the street.
Y una cosa de que los hombres dicen todo el tiempo es que bailar el tango es como caminar en la calle.
Which is true for the men.
Es verdad para el hombre.
It's not true for the women.
Y no es verdad para la mujer.
The women walk in the street in a way that the women walk in the dance in a way that they never walk in the street.
La mujer baila de una manera que no camina en la calle. No es igual.
So the first and most important thing in making a dance happen is to have a woman prepared to be able to follow.
Entonces lo más importante para hacer primero es preparar a la mujer para que pueda seguir al hombre.
And men, if you learn how to do the woman's part,
y el hombre si aprende a hacer el papel de la mujer,
then you will understand much better how to lead it.
Uno va a entender mejor cuál es el papel de la mujer o parte del hombre.
This is not a new story, it's an old story.
No es una vieja historia, es una nueva historia.
No es una nueva
El orden de los factores no altera el producto.
In the 40s and 50s, men learned how to dance with each other before they ever were allowed to dance with a woman.
En los 50, los hombres bailaban entre ellos antes de salir a bailar con la mujer.
Dancing with a woman was a prize.
¿Qué?
Was the prize.
Bailar con la mujer era el precio que uno tenía.
So, we need to understand how the follower moves. And all of us who are teaching here,
tenemos que aprender entonces cómo se mueve la mujer o el que está siguiendo, y todos acá tenemos que aprender eso.
the walk to the back is the hardest thing.
Bailar para atrás es lo más difícil de todo.
It's harder than going to the side,
Es mucho más difícil que ir hacia el
and it's
costado,
harder than going to the front.
y mucho más difícil aún que ir hacia...
Going to the back has two parts. Going straight back and going back in motion.
Ir para atrás tiene dos partes, una ir directamente hacia atrás o ir caminando hacia atrás con 8.
If I don't know how to go back by myself, straight back and in ocho,
Si no sé cómo ir para atrás, conservando mi balance o yendo en 8,
then I can't dance.
no puedo bailar.
When I dance with the man, I use him to help me stay on balance.
Cuando bailo con el hombre, entonces lo uso para tener mi propio balance, apoyarme.
If that happens, he can help me. But he probably won't ask me to dance again.
Si eso pasa, posiblemente él lo haga, pero una vez y después no te saque de vuelta.
So, learning how to do ochos to the back by myself, without help from somebody else, is probably the single most important skill in the dance.
Entonces aprender a hacer 8 para atrás por mí mismo es lo más importante que puedo hacer, porque entonces voy a conservar mi balance y no apoyarme en el otro.
This, I'm talking socially. This is about social dance, baile de la pista. Because in a social dance, your success socially depends on how good you feel to your partner.
Entonces estoy hablando del estilo de salón, porque el éxito de mi baile depende de cómo me luzco socialmente.
De cómo siento al que me llevo.
Cómo siento.
Al líder.
Okay? So we're going to start out by working on back walks and back ochos.
Vamos a empezar entonces caminando para atrás, derechos y con 8.
Hay muchas formas de ver cómo se hace. There's many ways to see how this. There are many variations on how this technique is done.
Hay muchas variaciones acerca de cómo esta técnica se hace.
Every one of our assistants is a teacher,
Todos los asistentes somos profesores
and everyone has a way to teach this technique.
y cada uno en particular tiene una forma de hacer esta técnica.
And every way that they do it
De cualquier manera que se haga,
is true.
es verdadero.
So listen carefully. Every way that everyone does it, all different,
Entonces presten atención a cada una de las maneras en que los diferentes asistentes lo hacen, porque cada una es verdadera.
every way that they do it is right. The job of the student is to learn the way that's right for them.
Entonces la tarea o el trabajo del estudiante, del que está aprendiendo, es de
Tomar el que sea mejor para él.
de aprender.
Para sí mismo.
Okay? So I'm going to start out just with one simple demonstration.
Voy a empezar con una sola demostración.
My way of teaching is not to teach the best way first.
Mi manera de enseñar es no enseñar la mejor manera posible.
No.
Primero. He does the speaking and then he's listening. Castro does that.
Later we teach the best way to do something. But first we teach the easy way to do something.
Después enseñamos cómo hacer las otras maneras. Me pierdo.
Después la mejor, pero primero la fácil.
Está bien. Me canso de traductor.
I go with my leg before I go with my body.
Saco mi pierna primero antes que mi cuerpo.
Then I put my body over a place that I already know.
Después pongo mi peso de mi cuerpo en la pierna que ya sé.
I reach back behind me and I find a place on the floor with my foot ready to take my weight.
Me estrecho primero hacia atrás y busco el piso para apoyarme y estar...
When I have a place to go, then I go.
Cuando recién encuentro un lugar seguro, recién voy.
Otherwise, I can't be here. I'm going to fall. So I have to know where I'm going to go before I go. Those of you that go without knowing where you're going to go, fall.
Entonces tenemos que encontrar primero el lugar y posicionarnos bien antes de movernos. Si no lo encontramos, no sabemos a dónde vamos y nos vamos a caer.
When we go from walking to ocean, we complicate matters with a turn.
Cuando empezamos a caminar atrás con nosotros, se complica mucho más por el giro.
I have to find the place where I want to go before I change my way.
Tengo que encontrar primero el lugar donde quiero ir antes de empezar a transferir el peso.
This turn seems like the most important thing.
Este giro parece como si fuese el más importante de todo.
But it's not. The most important thing is to find the place where I'm going to go next.
Pero realmente no lo es, sino que es girar y encontrar el lugar a donde voy a...
The turn facilitates my finding the next place to go, so I can go.
El giro meramente nos posiciona para encontrar el lugar a donde vamos a ir.
But it's getting to the next place that's important. Don't get lost in the turn and forget that you're trying to find where to go next.
No nos perdamos en el giro, sino que el giro nos ayuda a dirigirnos a donde vamos a ir para atrás.
The same as when we're going straight back. When we're going straight back, the most important thing is to find the place we want to go and get there.
Lo mismo que estás muy repetitivo.
Sos un traidor. Eso no es una reflexión de voz. Él se siente vergüenza para repetir mi respuesta. Okay. Everybody up? Choose a partner and let's try moving backwards. No quiero que bailen en pareja. Asistentes, no bailen en pareja. Si no, trabajamos caminando y ochos. No todos juntos, así como en clase grande, sino cada uno de ustedes ayudando a un grupito de ellos. ¿Entiendes? Después, I want everybody to start to practice on your own, by yourself, walking backwards or ochos backwards, by yourself, without anything to hold on to. Assistants will come around and help you. Okay? Asistentes ayudando, gente practicando solo, no en pareja.
Yeah, have your body out. It's not the moment to practice technique with the body, but you need to have your body out. Yeah. And now try to stay here. With this, yeah, great. Good. Perfect. Yeah. Great.
No like that, like that.
You have your balance in the front part of the feet, and when you go to the leg, and then you come forward, and
job is not to lead me, just help.
Lo primero que tiene que hacer es
No,
no hacer nada, sino get out. Shut up, right.
So all he's going to do is help me. But when he helps me, I do this.
Todo lo que va a hacer es ayudarme, pero sí, cuando me ayuda yo hago esto.
Bad habit. Bad habit. I'm gonna end up not dancing.
El hábito no.
So I'm gonna imagine that he's falling down,
Voy a imaginar que se está
and I have to hold him up.
no estoy levantando.
So I'm gonna help myself. I'm gonna help myself keep my place by holding him up.
Voy a ayudar a mí mismo levantándolo,
Not by holding on to him so he holds me up.
y
I'm going
no,
to hold him up. And that's what's going to help me keep my balance. Does everybody understand the difference? So I'm going to take care of him while I do my ocho. Which means I'm making it harder, not easier. The important thing is, watch my body and my leg. If my body goes before my leg, I'm going to fall. If I'm going around the corner and I want to get to the next place I'm going to go, and my body goes before my leg is ready, I'm going to fall. So I have to get my leg there first before I can go. So I have to get around the corner and get my leg there before I can go. I have to get my leg there first. I can't send my body first because then what's going to happen? I'm going to have to hang on to him to help me so that I don't fall.
never stop. You get carried away. Okay.
So I'm holding him up and I'm going.
Voy a tenerlo y empezar a orientar atrás.
Now, once you kind of feel that that's okay, then God takes over.
Una vez que yo pienso que estoy bien, entonces Gaby empieza a llevar.
Which means that he tells me where to go,
Lo que quiere decir que él me empieza a decir a dónde tengo que ir,
but I'm still holding him up.
pero yo sigo teniendo yo.
That way, while he's leading me,
De esta manera, mientras él me está llevando,
he doesn't have to worry about his own balance
no tiene que preocuparse de su balance,
because I'm holding him up.
yo no estoy llevando, teniendo.
That's correct. Primero lo hago sin ayuda de lo que lleva y después lo que lleva. Ahora, what I'd like to have happen now is that the assistants do not participate in this game.
Lo que quiero hacer ahora es que los asistentes no participemos en esto.
I want the students to work with each other, and that way assistants are free and go around and
Quiero
help.
que los estudiantes, la gente trabaje en parejas y que los asistentes los ayuden.
Okay, so take anybody who's a member of who's a participant, make a partnership and help each other with basic coaches and facts.
OG. Oh, you mean 8? You mean Ocho? OG.
Or it's just the beginning of so you watch, you always control it. The woman has to learn to not control it. The man has to
Modern women like to control.
But in the tango,
It makes it more difficult to learn the tango.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's very important to demonstrate.
Transfer the weight. Next to
doing back ochos. The most basic thing that happens in a social dance is that my partner changes back ochos into front ochos.
Lo más básico de todo es que mi pareja cambia los ochos de atrás para los ochos de adelante.
By adding a side step.
Agregando pasos al costado.
If I'm doing ochos to the front, and my partner wants to change them to ochos to the back, they add a side
Si
step.
estoy haciendo ochos hacia adelante y mi pareja quiere cambiar para atrás, hago pasos al costado.
What I'd like to be able to do
Lo que quiero hacer
is to dance this technique
es bailar esta técnica
to the music
con la música.
with gusto.
Gas.
Without falling down
Sin caerme.
and smiling the whole time.
I'm breathing.
Y reírme.
I'm breathing, please, because everybody's like this.
So, you want to be breathing, smiling, and dancing this technique by yourself.
Ríanse y bailen esta técnica por sí mismos.
All together? All together at the same time?
Yeah, no.
So, again, I can practice in two ways.
Puedo practicar de dos maneras.
First, I can hold up my partner,
Puedo sostener a mi pareja
and then he doesn't help me.
y él no me ayuda.
When I feel like I'm starting to get it, or when we feel like I'm starting to get it, then he can start to help me. So now he can begin to lead.
Cuando empiezo a sentir de que ya lo tengo, entonces él puede empezar a ayudarme.
But I'm still holding him up.
Pero sigo sosteniéndolo.
So I make the transition from doing it by myself
Y hago la transición de hacerlo por mí mismo
to having someone else lead it.
para que alguien me lo marque.
But him leading it is not him lifting me up.
Pero si él me lo marca, no significa que me tiene que levantar.
He doesn't need to sustain me to make it happen.
No me tiene que sostener
He
para
only needs to tell me where to go.
solo tiene que decirme a dónde voy.
Okay? Take a different partner. Asistentes no están trabajando, sino están ayudando. The assistants will help, but not work. So take another partner from the group and practice. Hello, hello. Hello. Everybody should try both parts. Try leading it and try following it. And hello. Hello. Have you introduced yourself to your partner? Do you know their name? When an assistant comes, hello. When an assistant comes to help you, have you introduced yourself? Do you know their name? Here you go. escuchar bien los asistentes. Si ustedes están metidos bien con alguien en la mitad de una frase, yo digo cambia, no cambia, siguen trabajando. Ustedes ya se dan cuenta. Pero si están más o menos libres a cambiar, andan a encontrar otra pareja. So if the assistants are really in the middle of saying something to you, they can stay with you, but otherwise they go on. So keep working, and assistants change partners. Asistentes en la dirección de baile. Change the ocho to the back, going down the line of that. Change the ocho to the front, going down the line of that. Very slowly down the line of that. So, first, he helps me. Which means, right, excuse me, first he does nothing. It's only here. So I lift him up, and I go down the line of dance. So when I go down the line of dance, come with me. No me estás ayudando, simplemente quedando conmigo. He's just staying with me, not helping me. Now when I go, and I add a side step, he has to turn around. Y después vos necesitas sacarte de mi lugar.
Cuando agrego un paso al costado, él tiene que salir de mi...
Now when I'm going to go side and back, I'm going to get my back going down the line of dance, and I'm going to walk away from him, so he has to come with me. And I'm going to go around the corner, and I'm going to start doing forward ochas, and he has to get out of my way. Then he starts to lead. So now, cuando tienes ochos adelante, vas por dirección de baile, y después me mandas al ocho atrás, y vamos por dirección de baile. Cuando me mandas al ocho adelante, haces el giro y cambias tu lugar para que me llevas allá. Mandarme al ocho atrás, y cambias tu lugar para que se pueda seguir caminando. Ahora mandarme a 8 adelante y cambias tu lugar para que vos te puedas llevar por allá. Poco a poco, por dirección de baile, cambiando 8 adelante a 8 atrás. Little by little, moving down the line of dance, changing 8 to the front, 8 to the back. Yes? Okay, he said that's what I'm doing. Okay, everybody, let's have the students change partners. Do this with somebody else from the group. Assistants, stay free. Asistentes, no se meten en la pared.
Free. Let's
slowly around the dance hall.
Tenemos que movernos despacio siguiendo la línea de baile.
And while we go, we turn to the right, we turn to the left.
Vamos hacia la derecha o hacia la izquierda.
We stop and we lead ocho.
Paramos y marcamos otro.
We turn to the right and to the left and lead more ocho.
A la derecha o a la izquierda.
We turn again and we lead more ocho. We turn again and we lead more ocho. And slowly we move around the dance hall. The more crowded it is at the dance hall,
Cuanto más gente haya,
the more important this is.
esto es más importante.
When the dance floor is really crowded, you can do much less. When the dance floor is more open, you can do more.
Cuando la pista está llena, uno puede hacer mucho más.
Puedo tener las asistentes. We're watching the social dance. We're watching the social dance by following social dance. Watch what they do. Their own unique styles and their own unique ways of dancing with different techniques.
Lo que quería mostrarles era que todos y cada uno de los individuos bailan de diferentes maneras.
And they're all right. They're all correct.
Están todos bien, todos correctos.
Even though they're different, they're all correct. Because that's part of tango.
Que sean todos diferentes.
So we have the basic grammatical structures of the language, and then everybody speaks with their own accent. Everybody speaks in their own way.
O sea que tenemos las mismas reglas y cada uno habla diferente.
How would I want Luciana to do is to make a circle with her arms like this.
Luciana va a hacer un círculo con sus brazos.
I'm going to fit in. Okay, now we're going to start the same exercise again. If I need help, if I can't keep my balance, then the way to keep my balance is to hold her up.
Vamos a hacer el mismo ejercicio, nada más que esta vez voy a tener mi balance.
But if I feel good and I have my balance, then I'm not going to hold her up.
Si no necesito apoyarme en ella, no lo hago.
First, I do it by myself.
Lo hago primero por mí mismo.
The Asian may accompany. She accompanies me while I practice by myself. She doesn't get in my way. And then, while we're practicing, the thing changes and she starts to lead.
Mientras estamos practicando, ella me empieza de repente a marcar.
The point is, I'm keeping my balance by myself.
Importante es conservar el balance.
I do the work of dancing, and she has the pleasure of leading me.
I think I have the pleasure to follow me too.
That's why I'm not finishing the exercise. Okay? Take a partner, not an assistant. Take a partner from the group and try it.
Pareja que no sean los asistentes.
Direction or in the same direction, but I'm moving.
little extra things.
Tenemos un montón de cosas extra.
There's little rock steps.
Tenemos pequeños pasos
Gardelito.
sí.
We have this place where the follower crosses the left over the right.
Tenemos este paso donde la pareja se cruza hacia adelante.
I hope most of you have had some exposure to this material, and I'm not going to take a lot of time right now to explain.
Pero supongo que ustedes han tenido, ya han visto todo este material, así que no lo voy a explicar.
But if you start to add to the back ochos
Pero si ustedes empiezan a agregar
and the forward ochos, you start to add these little things.
empiezan a agregar estas pequeñas cositas,
You start to see the tango as it stands in the salon.
se empieza a ver el tango como es bailado.
When two people come together to dance,
Dos personas se juntan para bailar.
I've heard this story from many older dads.
Es toda una historia de gente más vieja.
From the moment that they take their embrace, the moment that the two people come together to dance,
Desde el momento en que se abrazan,
they know everything about the other person.
ya se sabe todo acerca de la otra persona.
You might say that this moment, when we come together to dance, is the most special moment in the whole dance.
Entonces se puede decir que este momento cuando uno va a abrazarse es el más especial de
Because after that, well, everything's already done.
Porque después de eso ya se sabe todo.
In this moment, when you come together, you can feel the energy and the confidence and the posture and the presence of the other person.
En este momento uno siente toda la energía, la postura y cómo es la otra persona.
You know whether you're going to have to work to dance or whether you're going to fly.
Uno ya sabe enseguida si tiene que trabajar mucho o si va a volar.
And it has a lot to do with the energy of the embrace.
Tiene que ver mucho con la energía del abrazo.
Does either the man who's leading the woman or the woman who's leading the man lean on the other person?
No importa quién está llevando,
Because if she comes into my arms and I feel her lean on me in the other place, now I know I'm going to have to work.
si yo sé o la veo que ella viene y me abraza, digamos, hasta el fondo,
Same here.
sé que voy a tener que trabajar mucho.
If she leans on me here, I know I'm going to have to work.
O lo mismo que si ella se apoya en mi brazo, sé que voy a tener que trabajar mucho.
She feels the same thing. If she comes into my arms and I take her and I pull her off her axis and I push here, she knows she's going to have to.
Y ella sabe lo mismo, si yo la abrazo fuerte,
I
ella
push
sabe que
really
va a
hard
tener
over here, she knows she's going to have to work back. Things of her own.
y ella puede empezar a agregar cosas propias.
And we have a conversation.
Y empezamos a hablar.
The subject of the conversation is the music.
La música es
¿Estamos en acuerdo? Asistentes, más o menos es así. We more or less agree that this is the idea, and that's the path that we're on. So the first thing, the most important thing, is that the follower needs to know how to move enough that they can dance on their own. Then comes the challenge of the leader to learn enough of his step that he can take pleasure in receiving her dance.
Entonces lo primero que tenemos que hacer es aprender a hacer todos estos movimientos para poder recibir el baile de ella y disfrutar de la manera que baila.
And then finally we start to have a conversation.
Y entonces de esa manera empezamos a conversar.
Okay? Ahora vamos a bailar.
Try to do each step. Look at me. Step. Step.
Now she's in the place where I was.
Ella está en el lugar donde estaba.
She's doing back ochos. In the case of back ochos, it's a little harder
Haciendo 8 para atrás.
because in order for me to get out of the way, I have to go over her leg.
Para que yo pueda salir de su lugar, tengo que ir por arriba de su pie.
When it's forward ochos,
Son para adelante.
it's easier for me to get out of the way because it's easier for me to change places because this leg here is getting out of my way and I just,
Es más fácil porque la pierna que está para atrás
it's easier, it's just an easier situation.
toma el espacio.
Darren, I just want to interject something. This, just for everybody who's learning the leader's part, this is extremely worth paying attention to what he's saying now. Because one of the big challenges of being a good tango social dancer is navigating on the dance floor. And these are some principles that Danny knows a lot about. And it's really worth paying attention to this to learn how to navigate on the dance floor.
This is the way you don't crash.
Es extremadamente importante que presten atención a lo que está diciendo. Porque en un tango de salón esto es lo más importante de todo para poder navegar en la pelota.
So that she won't crash.
Para que ella no se choque con alguien.
If I'm a good dancer and we're going to crash,
Si yo soy un buen bailarín y vamos a chocarnos,
I'm going to crash.
no voy a chocar.
She will never crash. If
Ella,
there's a crash, I take it.
ella nunca va a chocar, yo voy a chocar en todo caso.
If I have to crash, it's going to be me, not her.
Si alguien tiene que chocar, tiene que ser yo el que chocar.
So I have to be able to control these spaces. When I move her around me, I'm thinking back ochos, and I want to move her around me to front ochos.
Entonces tengo que pensar todo el tiempo en controlar los espacios.
But if I send her around me, I'm in trouble.
Pero si la llevo hacia el costado alrededor donde estás así,
What I need to do is switch places.
tengo que cambiar de lugares.
En vez de alrededor, necesito cambiar de lugar. I need to change places with my partner. Instead of sending her around me,
En vez de mandar alrededor,
I need to change places with her.
tengo que cambiar lugares.
Okay? Cambian de pareja, change partners, right? And most of us are capable of more than 5 or 6 a day.
Tengo que aprender por lo menos 5 o 6 modalidades.
Yes?
Antes de que cambien de propuesta, porque vi, hay un poco de complicación de ocupar el lugar cuando la mujer está yendo mucho para adelante. Ahí hay un poco de confusión de cómo rotar.
She said before we go forward, she would like to talk a little bit about ochos to the front and about how do we make that change when it's an ocho to the front. Because it seems like it's a little complicated. Anybody else have that impression?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. ¿Vos tienes algo de decir?
No, te digo que quieres.
What I didn't want to say right away is that, in a sense,
Lo que no quise decir enseguida es que en cierto sentido
she's going towards this leg.
ella empieza
So
a
her
ir
body is going to be over here, which is finished with that step. Her body's going to be over here.
y su cuerpo empieza a cambiar cuando transfiere el peso.
And that leg is going to disappear.
Y esa pierna va a desaparecer.
When that leg disappears,
Cuando esa pierna desaparece,
I'm going to be in that spot.
yo voy a tomar ese lugar.
So, she has forward ocho,
Entonces empieza con un 8 para adelante
and my mind is sending her body to that step.
y mi mente lleva a su cuerpo a esa
At
posición.
the same time that my body is thinking about that
Al mismo tiempo que mi cuerpo empieza a pensar en aquella posición.
one. Now in the back ocho, it's the same thing.
En el 8 para atrás es lo mismo.
She's going this way. She's going to be there.
Empieza
I'm sending her body there.
empieza a ir a hacer
And
esa
this
dirección,
leg is
¿verdad?
going to disappear. But when this leg disappears, it comes close to me.
Es el mismo proceso a la inversa, nada más que esa pierna se acerca hacia mí.
So in the case of this leg, when it goes this way, I have to go around.
En este caso yo tengo que ir alrededor.
In the case of this leg,
En este otro caso,
when this one disappears,
cuando la pierna de atrás
it
desaparece,
goes on the outside.
va
It
hacia
goes out
afuera.
there. So there's lots of room here.
Entonces tengo un montón de lugar para mover.
When it's a back ocho, I have to be careful of this leg.
Cuando es un 8 para atrás, tengo que tener cuidado con esta pierna.
But when it's a front ocho, I can go right into that space.
Pero cuando es para adelante, puedo ir directamente hacia ese paso.
So the front ocho is actually easier than the back. assistants this year, all of whom are very capable dancers and teachers.
Este año tenemos un grupo de asistentes muy capaces y muy buenos.
¡Bravo!
Principalmente el que traduce. De vez en cuando.
Come just a little bit closer.
Empecemos a bailar con buenos pasos.
We have to learn how to feel good.
Tenemos que aprender a sentirnos bien.
It really is important because if you start out with all kinds of complicated steps and you don't feel good,
Si uno empieza con pasos muy complicados que no se siente bien,
you're going to carry that not feeling good with you for years.
uno va a seguir bailando de esa manera por años.
It's very important to start to feel good first. And there's a paradox there.
Hay una paradoja
Because when someone doesn't have enough steps,
que cuando uno no tiene suficiente,
they feel like they have to learn some steps before they can feel good.
sienten que necesariamente aprender los pasos antes.
Show me this step and then I'll feel good. Come on. But actually, it's exactly the reverse. You have to trust me.
Es exactamente lo opuesto. Tienen que
Trust.
Trust. Confiar.
confiar.
The most important thing is how you hold each other
Lo más importante es cómo uno se abraza,
and how you communicate,
cómo se comunica,
not the steps.
no los pasos.
The most important thing for the leaders
Lo más importante
is to understand the follower's step,
para el que lleva es comprender los pasos del que sigue.
not the leader's step. If you can't find what to do with your own feet,
Si uno no puede encontrar lo que hacer con sus propios pasos,
but her feet are correct,
que los pasos de la mujer son correctos,
you are correct.
si uno está correcto.
But if you know exactly what to do with your feet,
Pero si uno sabe exactamente qué hacer con los pasos de uno,
and she's wrong,